Hey, good morning. Welcome in and welcome into Friday, everybody. This energy is feeling electric, and I do have to say it is deeply transformative. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. My name is Laura. I'm a twin flame coach, guide, channeler, astrologer, and reader. And today's energy is nothing short of, I want to say, intimate. We do have Venus in a conjunction to Lilith. Both of these are in the archetypal energy of Scorpio. This is happening in the 6th house, just on the cusp of the 6th and the 7th house. It is carrying with it the vibration of the Ace of Wands to the 6 of Wands. And so I want to say victory is in the collective divine feminine field. And so there's a moment, I want to say, of the feminine saying, I am ready to step into who I really am and what I'm here to do, right? And so this is connected to our daily work, our routine, our purpose, okay? Because it's happening in the 6th house and it's just on the cusp. And so this does affect our relationships, right? And so think about the habits that are going to shape the future that you want to build. Think about the kind of partnership that these energies are preparing you to call in, because that's what I see happening here, okay? And so for the feminine, it really does feel like a reclamation, reclaiming back our power, our desires, our direction, our purpose, right? Especially after the retrograde energies. We now have Saturn direct, and Mercury is going to be stationing direct tomorrow. And so there's a twist here, though, because this conjunction is in an opposition to Uranus and Taurus at 29 degrees in the 1st house. And so I feel like a triggering revelation. This is what I feel. There is an Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords energy archetype in that 1st house, the house of self. And so I feel this is going to bring sudden clarity forward. And this sudden clarity forward is going to be connected to purpose, our identity, and our path ahead. And so collectively, the feminine is about to have a breakthrough about who we are all becoming, right? What we can no longer take with us or tolerate once we become who we're meant to be, and what we're truly here to do, right? And so there really is like a self-awakening moment that is in motion here between the 1st, 7th, and 6th house. And so there's a lot of deeper layers here too, right? We do see the quincunx to the anti-vertex in Aries in the 12th house. And there is that opposition to Priapus. Lilith is always going to be in opposition to Priapus, and Priapus is on the cusp of the 12th and the 1st house. And so I do feel an activation of inner masculine wounding taking place. There's shadow work around these past life soul contracts. There is karmic ties here that might still be influencing your path, divine feminine, and the anti-vertex is going to highlight what you've been avoiding, right? And so what truth are you refusing to see? Because there's a shadow here keeping the feminine collective from stepping fully into the next chapter. And with the overarching 12th house energy, I feel like Hermit, 2 of Cups archetypes, we're being called to retreat. Really get honest with yourself, divine feminine, about what you truly want in a partnership, what kind of a connection your soul wants to call in, and whether your inner alignment is actually going to support attracting what it is that you want. Because first and foremost, we have to know ourselves before we can call in a partnership and magnetize a soulmate that is going to mirror that truth back to us. And so I do also want to mention we have a very active water trine at play with Venus, Lilith. We see Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter there in this grand water trine. And so this is softening the edges. There's a lot of spiritual wisdom, I want to say melding into intuition. There's a lot of dream activity. I think I slept maybe like 4 hours last night. I think I only slept like 4 hours. And so we also see the sextile to Pluto in Aquarius, which is sitting in the 9th house. And so this is affecting the rebirth of our beliefs, our like rebirthing and transforming our spiritual frameworks, and even our views on twin flame as a whole, right, are being reborn. And so we're kind of at a turning point today in the energies, and I feel there's going to be a revelation of truth. This is the spark of the self for the feminine, and we're reshaping what love means to us on the spiritual journey, okay? So if you would like to go further with understanding a little bit more about astrology and your personal birth chart to work with the astrological portion of my readings, comment free guide down below. I do have a basics to the 15. I do have a guide to the basics the 15 basics of the birth chart. I would love to offer that to you. And all you got to do is comment free guide, and then I will send you the link to download the free guide. And keep in mind, tomorrow is the very last day of my 30% off sale on all of my astrological sessions. So if you are curious about a birth chart reading, a transit chart reading, or a soulmate synastry chart reading, this is the perfect time to book. It won't be booked in tomorrow, but if you don't purchase this 30% off deal by midnight tomorrow, you will have missed out on this sale. And so this is the perfect time to gain that clarity connected to your purpose, your path, this connection and question. I would love to bring you the answers and the clarity that you might be seeking. But let's dig in with the cards. Let's see what the cards have in store today. Well, today's cards perfectly mirror the exact themes that are being activated in the astrology that I talked about. There is a spark, there's a revelation, there is a deep shift connected to beliefs that is going to change the trajectory of your twin flame path. Let's break it down. The first card out, the universe wants to co-conspire with you. And so this is a 26 card, which is connected to the Page of Wands in the tarot, and that was the spark that showed up in the chart reading. We are being handed a dream, right? When we are handed a dream, a vision, it's because we are meant to walk it. We are meant to create it. And so the universe isn't asking you how to figure out how. The universe is asking you to begin. And so any step, even the smallest step, activates a cosmic response from the universe. And we are met more than halfway when we co-conspire with the universe, all right? And so I feel this is a reminder with the dream catcher. Dream bigger. Name what it is that you want. Name your potential collaborators. Trust in the divine timing of what is already written for you in your blueprint, in your path, okay? And move towards the next level of partnership that is going to be aligned to your evolution journey, okay? And so this is synergy, not quite completion. We are provided the gift, and Spirit is always going to ask us to provide the pathway for the gift, okay? So the second card out, coming soon. Welcome to the ascending age. And so this is the age of Aquarius. This is what we are here for. This is what we came for. And with it being an 8 card, it is connected to the archetype of the strength in the tarot. And so the role you play in the next chapter of this collective evolution, because it's collective, it is activating in these energies, right? And so I feel this is the deeper purpose awakening, whether it's prophetic, visionary. There's an Aquarian part of you in your chart that is going to see what is possible before others do. For me, it's in my 12th house. I'm a south node Aquarius in my 12th house. And so there's likely going to be a revelation connected to what house Aquarius is in your birth chart for your greater mission. And that's going to be activated and coming back online, especially with Pluto in Aquarius transiting that house. And so we are basically stepping out of the descending age of Pisces, and we are moving into the ascending age of Aquarius, where our unique frequency is actually part of humanity's destiny that is unfolding, okay? And so all you need to do is close your eyes to open up your heart. And so it did come out with 2 bonus cards here right into this reality, and the Phoenix rises into joyful abundance. But let's talk about the close your eyes card first, okay? So I just feel this is a reminder. If you've ever read the Mary Magdalene Revealed book, vision doesn't come from the outer world. Vision comes from the heart. It's called the noose of the soul, right? The vision is inside the heart. And so stop looking for confirmation outside of yourself. Stop waiting for signs in the physical reality. Go inward. Go into the heart. That is where you find your path. That is where you find your truth. So your perfect trajectory is always going to be found inside the heart. That is the noose of the soul. And it's never going to be in your circumstances, okay? So right now the collective is being asked to stretch beyond all current limitations. Stretch beyond what it is that you see, beyond what logic can explain to you, because we are writing our reality here, okay? And so your story is ready for the next chapter. You're not living fate, you're writing it. When we take charge of our path, we are taking charge of our destiny. When we are in the fated cycles, things keep happening to us, and then we're not in charge of those things, okay? And so the only barrier to writing a new reality is your own inner critic, is your own negative thought processes. And so silence the voice of negativity, silence the voice of doubt. Stop the narration of the limiting beliefs. Start narrating your destiny. Start writing your destiny, because every day is a blank page. Every day we wake up and we get to start brand new. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, right? Because yesterday's over. It doesn't matter what's going to happen tomorrow, because it hasn't happened yet. Right now is really what matters. And so what chapter wants to be born? Because we are being called to rise into abundance. We are being called. And so this bonus card, I want to say, is like the culmination of everything that's happening in today's chart. Definitely linked to Scorpio archetype, right? There's the rebirth, the transformation, the shedding of the old small self. We're not starting over, though. We are integrating every single piece of who we've been, everything we've gone through, everything we've learned, every tough, painful lesson we've had to walk through. We're being called into a new identity, a new legacy, right? A new level of abundance, a new spiritual mission is being birthed. And so nothing will ever be the same after all of these shifts, because we are rising, right? We are rising individually and as a whole in the collective. And so the bottom of the deck, it feels a little bit like the Fool. 3, 2, 1, jump. Are you ready to take a leap of faith? You're standing at the edge, and all you need is that leap of faith. You are the magician. You are the creator of your reality. So the universe is asking you today, are you ready to trust what it is that you can't see yet? But you have to let go of the past. You have to release all of the past baggage. The past can't come with you into this next cycle. There's an energy here fused with the Magician and the Fool, creation and surrender. And so the new cycle is here, but it's going to require courage, okay? It's going to require courage, and then it's going to be like a win-win situation, okay? So the 9-card spread, I can clearly see a shift in belief here. I can see a release from an old structure or an old belief. But let's break it down row by row. The top row, the 7 of Pentacles. This is the seed, and I want to say it's already been planted, but What are you choosing to grow now? Because when we get to the 7, we're planting a seed for maybe work, what it is we want to invest in. The 7 of Pentacles can also be a reevaluation of what it is you've already invested in. Is it growing? Is it stuck? Is it stagnant? Because I feel we are moving on. We're moving on from somebody here that is emotionally unavailable. The King of Cups reversed withholds emotion, is manipulative, is emotionally unavailable. And so this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or just simply somebody here that can never meet you where you were and where you are, okay? I also feel there's a feminine here who has ignored red flags or avoided a painful truth here with the 6 of Swords. We see the great big red cape. That's the biggest red flag I've ever seen, okay? And so Spirit is leading you out of this stagnant, stuck situation. There is a massive transition here that Spirit is bringing you through, kind of carrying you through this transition. This could mean a relocation. It could mean packing up and leaving a home situation behind. But I do feel you are being carried to calmer waters, whether or not you want to move on. I feel Spirit is like saying, hey, it's time to move on. It is time to move on, okay? So middle row, Ace of Wands reversed, 3 of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and the King of Cups, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and the Queen of Swords. And so if we add these two together, we do have a 4 of Wands in reverse. And so I do feel there is a broken foundation here. There is a separation. There's a lack of harmony. There's a lack of co-creation. There's blocked passion. There's a spark here that never fully got ignited. And somebody I feel is just staying stuck or waiting for somebody who really isn't choosing growth and is emotionally manipulating them. And somebody here is actually closed off on the heart. Could be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. But I feel there's over-analyzing energy here. There's denial. There's creating a story that isn't true. And so this whole middle row for me today is saying stop trying to make something work that was never stable to begin with. That was never meant to work in the first place, okay? And the bottom row says it all. Here's the shift. There's the shift in beliefs. The Hierophant reversed, breaking out of an old paradigm, an old twin flame label, an old tradition. Even if it was like the belief that somebody was your twin flame, when very likely they were karmic, okay? And this is reclaiming back your power, Divine Feminine, taking back your power, reawakening creativity, allowing the fire to return, allowing your confidence to return, and walking away. Choosing a new emotional reality, letting go of an old flame, an old identity, or an old former path. And I just feel the energy today is saying, choose yourself, okay? Choose yourself. When we choose ourselves, everything else chooses us, okay? Let's talk about the bottom of the deck. The 10 of Pentacles and the World. This is the completion. There is a massive karmic cycle closing out in these energies. You kind of see the snake eating its own tail here. We are closing off the year of the snake, although we won't move into the year of the fire horse until April of next year. So we're closing out a 9-year, which is huge. And we are closing out the year of the snake. And so we're completing these old ancestral patterns, these old relationship cycles, these old beliefs that keep us small, and all of these old outdated soul contracts that we've called twin flame that actually were karmic lessons. 1111 on my timer. And stepping towards long-term stability. A new legacy is being built here. Generational abundance, creating that generational abundance, rising into joyful abundance here. And I want to say spiritual maturity. And so the World is the initiation into a new life chapter here taking place. And so let's talk about the final advice, because I love that the Go for Your Dreams card came through and we can see the Eiffel Tower of Paris. I've never been to Paris, although I've been to London, England, and there was an opportunity. I'm sure I could have went to Paris, but never been there. But if that's your dream, book the trip. Maybe it's not your dream, but go for your dreams, regardless of what your dreams are. I do feel somebody here is also haunted by what could have been, but regret is not a path, okay? Regret is a teacher. Okay, we can't go back to the past. We can't change the past decisions we've made. The damage is done. All we have is today and to choose something better, right? And so stop mourning the road not taken. Although the road not taken might look really good right now, but release an old cycle that's already ending, okay? Pour your energy into what really wants to live creatively in your life, because I feel collectively we need to revive the inner artist. Revive your adventurer. Revive that lover energy. Choose what really lights you up, because Venus is going to be going into Sagittarius by the end of the weekend, and that's asking you to take the risk to begin, okay? So be decisive. Be decisive. No more looping, no more circling, no more second guessing, no more intellectualizing the past or your intuition away. Commit to your path, commit to your heart, commit to choosing yourself. That's when your power is going to return, and that's when you can truly act with clarity, right? So tune out the distractions. I do feel there is a spark being ignited. There is something being unfolded when it comes to a revelation. There is a belief shifting here for sure, and there is a karmic cycle ending. So the new story can begin. So stop waiting and start creating. That's the big message today. If you would like to go further, check out the link below. Also, please feel free to go check out my astrology membership. We're a couple months in, and we keep building upon lesson and lesson. We're building the foundation of astrology, and we are going deeper each week. Next week, we are going to be talking about the generational planets and how they affect us, and this collective mission, this collective awakening. If you would like to learn more about how to utilize astrology for your purpose, your path, and alignment, then go check out the astrology membership. It's just an awesome place for us to grow and learn together. I would love to see you over on the other side. Have a great day, everyone. I will see you all again next time.